Good afternoon, Delicians, and this is again Teacher Anna. Welcome to Tagum Doctors College, and this is our lesson, Social Sciences. So last week we have learned about lesson number 11, and this is about phenomenology, hermeneutics, or what we call understanding experiences. So today we are going to learn lesson number 12, and this is about the reaction and relevance, critical theory, post-colonialism, and feminist theory. So let's go. Let's try to learn this lesson. Lesson 12. So at the end of the lesson, guys, you are expected to use critical theory in analyzing contemporary social issues. Second, gain a deeper understanding of post colonial theory and its application in analyzing development issues in the Philippines. And third, to integrate the feminist perspective in analyzing social problems. So now let's go to the first one. So let's try to learn about critical theory. So what is a critical theory pala? So guys, this rejects all forms of domination and oppression in the domains of politics, language, and culture. So gina-reject ani nga theory ang domination, so pagdominante o pag-oppress in terms of politics, language, and culture. So, bakit necessary ang critical theory? So, it is very important or significant to study the lived experiences of real people. So, kailangan natin to para malaman natin or ma-analyze natin kung ano ba yung pinagdadaanan ng mga totoong tao and real life experiences of these people. So the term critical theory, guys, describes the neo-Marxist philosophy of the Frankfurt School. Frankfurt theories drew on critical methods of Karl Marx and Sigmund Freud. So, gikan sa gisadihan ni Frankfurt about the books of Karl Marx and Sigmund Freud, nakamugna siya og critical theory. So it means to seek to liberate human beings from the circumstances that them. So meaning, mo na siya maghatag sa tuag kalayaan para maghuna-huna kung unsa ang dapat na maayo o dili maayo. It also give us freedom to analyze different circumstances. It also aims to critique society. So, atong i-critique society no, nindot ba ni siya or dili ba maayo? O sa mga dili maayo nga naaani? Social structures. So, social structures po, ganong inaani lang siya kung mga high-ranking officials gani ang naa, kanang kuan gid siya sila priority. But how about the lower sector? Kung mga pobre gani ang naa, pangit kayo ang gisuot, kuan, last priority. We also have the system of powers. So, pwede po nato i-critique ang system of powers. Nganong inaani? Nganong na ay pabor-pabor? So, we also have, in doing so, guys, kani siya sa pag-critique nato ani sa to ang freedom to speak and to talk about the negative things of this topic, guys. We will have a social change. So this will also foster egalitarian social change. So that's why we need to study it so that we can learn, analyze, and to know what is the good things about it and the negative things about it and needs to improve. Kasi gusto natin magkaroon ng good social conditions. So, critical theories examine social conditions to bring hidden structures to light. So, ang katong ginabuhat nato nga mga structures, even the hidden structures, gibuhat nato ni kay gusto ta magkaroon og maayo nga kinabuhi. And then for critical theories, align themselves with interests opposed to those of the dominant culture. So we also have the critical theories para ma-align ang ato ang sarili sa ato ang mga interest. Nga, dili mahimong dominante ang isa ka culture bagkos we will have the capacity to unite the culture, the economy, and the power or even the society and the social structures. So, kani po siya nga theory guys, it also known or refers to critiquing and changing society as a whole. So ato siyang gina-analyze in a specific way and then in that way, we can change the society as a whole. So now let's go to the next one. So let's learn about post-colonialist. So look at the picture guys. When you see here, ang amo basing bata pa kaayo, nya tiguang na ang negro. When you see here, we have the post-colonialism or post-colonial theory. So para sa unang panahon guys, ang Americans ang mas superior kaysa sa ubang races. Just like the Oriental races, the Black. So para sa ilaha sila ang mas dominante. So that's why in post-colonialist theory, the racial understones they view that we are inferior or even Orientals are inferior. And then, it also have kuan siya ka na daghan kayo og mga tao nga na-oppress, daghan kayo og mga tao nga sa tawag ani kanang gi walay justice, they are slaves and even kanang ginatamak-tamakan lang sa mga Amerikano or sa mga white. It is because para sa ilaha, they are superior and the Orientals, the black people are kuan, inferior. And then that's why there are a lot of texts, there are a lot of books nga naga-protest about ani. So this is a what we call literature of protest. So sa post-colonialism guys, mo ni siya ang naga-reflect the national's aspiration. Kana ganing makabayan, makabansa nga mga aspirations of newly independent state that emerged after World War II. Ganong inani. So sa post-colonialism, they understand that kita dapat tanan is naatay katungod, rights. And we also need justice. So uh, because of this, as we aim or as we get our independent from after the World War II, karoon ta og struggle for determination and total liberation from colonial and neo-colonial control. So even after World War II, guys, we have a very hard struggle. So nagkaroon ta og daghan kayo nga mga struggle to or for self-determination. So, napoy time nga ang uban nga mga tao, even the Orientals, even the Blacks, they don't have kanang self-determination. Kanang ano lang gid sila kung unsa ang isugo sila sa ilahang amo. And they also have or they doesn't have freedom. So, post-colonialism, guys, is the outlook and studies as responses to colonial subjugation of European or Western to third and fourth world country that emerged in 70s. So, basin gani karon guys, no? This is also or this is still practiced. So, basin pa siya og kanang shallow o dili siya kanang makita dayon sa imuhang mata but it's still happening. We are not in the first world country. We are in an maybe third world country. It is because one gihapon sila, mas superior gihapon sila when in terms of technology, they are superior. When in terms of knowledge, sexual orientation, gender domination, experiences, and social class, kuan gyapon sila, mas higher gyapon sila. So that's why they belong to the first world country and we belong to the third world country. However, it's not only talking about Western colonial subjugation, but also various reality of injustice. So we have a lot of injustices nga nagapanghitabo because of this. culture and gender domination, sexual orientation issues, social class, subaltern people experiences. So just like what is happening in the ano in our Philippine seas. So mag-inana ba ang China kung wala sila na belong sa first world country? So dili. So because we belong to the third world country, na sila kakayanan nga ibulita. It is because they belong to the first world country. We can experience injustices, even gender domination. It is because of that. So maybe our government or even our economic advisors would really study how how the Philippines will be included in the first world country. So unsaon kaha? So now let's have the literature. It is an interaction and reaction in colonial societies and the effects of colonial practices on literary production. So ang mga literature sa una guys, when it comes to the post-colonialism or post-colonialist theory, ilahang gina sulat didto kung unsa ang mga injustices nga na ano na himo sa mga Amerikano when it comes to different races. Like for example, the Black Americans, the Orientals. So they also have kuan different colonial practices. So because also kanang na colonized sa different countries like Spain, America and we have their blood, and sometimes also we have the colonial mentality, like mas mopalit pa ta og mga butang nga gikan sa laing nasod kaysa sa mga hinimo diri sa Pilipinas. Now, we also have the copying of the colonizing culture. So, minsan din, kinakopy natin yung mga ilahang kultura. Like for example, if they have a very good technology, like for example for computer, so hindi man to sa atin galing. Computers, cell phones, smartphones, smart TVs are not invented by Filipino inventors. They are invented with different races. So kasagaran ani nga mga invention is gikan sa America. So nagita ani nga mentality, we tend to copy their culture, we tend to copy their behavior, we tend to copy their manners and values. Because of this, okay, mao ni siya ang theory nga nagaingon nga naata ani nga mga mentality because we are colonized by different people or different country. And because of this, we are mapped but by that country. So, anta, we are certain nga kumbaga copycats, mga kanang social climber. It is because of that. Kasi ginagaya man gud nato sila. Even liberation kanang halos liberated na kasagaran or halos tanan, it is because we are copying the colonizing culture. And then, in the post-colonial, guys, this is a synonym with post-independence. So, bago ta nagkaroon og independence, or the era after the independence when the colonialized or colonialist had left the country. So, after nga nihawa tong mga colonialist sa ato ang country, mauna ni siya ang giningon or ginatawag nato og post-colonial. However, their concepts still remain. However daw, ang ilang konsepto nga gihatag sa atuag nagkalain-lain nga mga colonialist na gihapon ato gihapon gina-practice. So the concept of ruling class is significant in colonialism, as we see today in our community, for it is a fact that concept still exists. There are gaps between the rich and the poor, the superior and the inferior, and the lord and the servant, the aristocrat and commoner, or the hegemony and the subaltern. There are two contradict aspects to play the rules as the colonizer and colonized, just like the colonial era. So sometimes, tama po siya si Rizal, no? Nga, sometimes we are still colonized by our mind kasi ang ating ang ating mind is we are still copying the colonizers attitude, culture and behavior. So I hope we can ano na kanang maano na to na siya, mawala na gyud na siya sa ato ang dugo or mawala na gyud na siya sa ato ang mga kinaiya. We need also to love ourselves, love our nature, love our country, and then love the products of the Philippines. Now, let's go to the feminism. So this is a very controversial theory when it comes to kana mga Muslim countries. It is because para sa ilaha, women good is dapat under sa mga lalaki. So feminism seeks to understand and challenge the prevailing gender inequities in mainstream society. So there are a lot also of countries that they doesn't have gender equalities. They doesn't exercise gender equalities. Para sa ilaha, traditional lang yun. Ang mga babae sa balay lang, sa uh, sa church. And then, they doesn't have the ability and capacity to be the head of the family, to be the head of a certain organization, a certain church, government, business, and media. So, low lang jud kaayo ang ilahang pagtan-aw sa mga babae. So that's why here comes feminism. So let's try to know the what is the history and perspective of feminism. So when we say feminism, guys, it its history or from history, guys, to her story, feminism is a collection of movements and ideologies aimed at defining, establishing, and defending equal political, economic, and social rights for women. So dapat kita tanan pantay-pantay. Kita tanan even though we have a different gender, kita tanan pantay-pantay, we can be defined, we can be established, we can defend. We should have equal political, economic, and social rights. So this includes seeking to establish equal opportunity. Sa unang panahon, dili pwede mo eskwela ang mga babae. Ang lalaki lang yatagan o capacity or kanang capability and even kanang uh, naa sila'y kakayanan or magkaroon silang oportunidad or opportunity to education. So, na ang mga babae, bawal mo eskwela, bawal mo trabaho. So, that's why we have now the feminism. So, dapat sa feminism nga ideologies, guys, ilahang ginasik to understand nganong dapat pantay-pantay base malalaki man ka or babae. It is because we need also to be educated. Ang mga babae, bisan pag naalan sila sa balay, unsa nila pag-educate sa ilang mga anak if they are not educated. So, and what if biyaan sila sa ilang bana? So, if there are no equal opportunities for men and women, so wala sila kapakaon sa ilang mga anak and even to themselves. Now, let's have the feminism ideologies. So we have six feminism ideologies. So first one is liberal feminism. So feminism, guys, it seeks to individualistic equality of men and women. So individuality, dapat pantay-pantay through political and legal reform. Kung pwede sila mo dagan sa politika, ang babae pwede po dapat mo dagan and legal form without altering the structure of society. So, kung pwede sila mahimong leader, pwede po mahimong leader ang babae. That is for liberal feminism. What you get is what we got. Now, we also have radical feminism. So, when we say radical feminism, it considers the male-controlled capitalist hierarchy as a defining feature of women's oppression and the total uprooting and reconstruction of society as necessary. So meaning, guys, dapat katong mga country nga naga-consider or nagabuhat og male-controlled capitalist, even though dili pwede sa ila mahimong leader ang isa ka babae, dili mahimong uh, maka-appeal sa legal reform ang babae, but they should also not be oppressed. Dapat dili pud sila mahimong oppressed. Like, i-rape na lang, or pwede ra patayon, or pwede ra dungagan, or pwede ra i-cheat. So that is for the radical feminism. So even though naatay mga male-controlled na capitalist na hierarchy, dapat dili gyapon dapat i-oppress ang mga babae. So this one or the main point of radical feminism is to uproot. So wala on jud ang oppression sa mga babae and reconstruction of society as necessary. Now, let's go to conservative feminism. So, when we say conservative feminism, guys, it is relative to the society in which it resides. So, there are countries nga liberated na kaya ang mga babae. There are also countries that conservative pa ang mga babae. So, they have their right. If they want to be liberated, then they can. Especially if they are in a country or in a liberated country. And if they are residing in a conservative country, yes, they can. So they can cover all the parts of their bodies, and nga wala mo question ana nga nung inana ilahang ginasuot. So that is for conservative feminism. Next is libertarian feminism. So from the word liberty, which means freedom, libertarian feminism consists of people as self-owners. So we are the owner of ourselves. We are the captain uh of our boat or of our ship. And therefore, as entitled to freedom of coercive interference. Pag dili na to gusto, then we can say no. We have the right. We are our self-owner. For the separatist feminism, it means it does not support heterosexual relationship. So, meaning, daghan. Daghan kag asawa, uh, daghan kag ipang-oppress ng babae. So, that is for separatist feminism. So, kung dili na gusto sa imo ang imong asawa, then she has the right to let go or kanang dapat nasay kanang capacity or naasay kanang right nga muhawa sa imuhang poder or muhawa or makig-divorce in other countries, and in other countries is annulment. That is for separatist feminism. So dili pud sila gusto og kuan kanang daghan kayo og asawa. Kasi in the real sense good, when their husband kanang wala kanang dili na sila love sa ilang husband, and then the husband has the eye for the other women. So kuan na gyud na siya kanang emotional drain, murag hinahinay nagiginapatay ana ang babae. So that's why they doesn't support heterosexual relationships. Now let's have the last one. The last one is eco-feminist. So, see men's control of land as responsible for oppression of women. So, para sa eco-feminist, dili lang pwede nga ang mga lalaki lang ang magkaroon og right to control the land. So, dapat pantay-pantay. Even men or women, they can own and control land. And then, destruction of the natural environment. So, kasi ang environment or even the Mother Earth are considered women. Sa eco-feminist, ang babae ang naghahatag og life, and even the earth is considered giver of life. That's why it's also what we called part of women. So they are the natural environment. So dapat dili sila gubaon, and then ang dapat nga manguan sa ilaha, mag-alaga sa ila is the women. Okay, so now let's go to the next one. So the last one is about intersectional theory. So intersectional theory, guys, argues that most sociological theory makes the mistake of examining only one variable at a time. So mo na siya ang mali sa sociological theory, kasi one variable lang ato ang ginatanaw at a time. While in the intersectional theory, kung unsay available or unsa ang naaana nga problema or unsa ang mga variable about ana, dapat sila tanan studihan all at once. And then for intersectional theory is particularly concerned with the formation of social identity. So nganong inana siya, nganong inana ang society ana nga lugar? It is because maybe of their culture, maybe of their environment. And at its most basic form, intersectional theory examines the ways that gender, race, class, and sexuality work in concert to create inequality. So we have the interlocking systems of oppression. So if there is an oppression, dapat dili lang gender ang tanawon. So maybe there is also about race. There is also about class. There is also about sexuality. So we need to study different variables if we are aiming for a very good system. So dapat dili lang siya one-sided lang ang pag-study nimo, especially in society. Dapat kung unsa ang problema ang society, natay tan-awon nga mga variables all at once. So maybe it is about the colonialism, or maybe it is about the racism, or maybe it is about the patriarchy overlap. So, daghan tag pwedeng tan-awon para mahibalaan nato kung unsa gyud ang main root or unsa gyud ang problema ana nga society. So that would be all, guys. Thank you so much for listening. I hope you learned a lot. So today we learned about critical theory. I hope you can also apply critical theory in your daily life. Post-colonialism, feminism, feminism ideologies, and intersectionality theory. So always remember to do your best. And thank you so much, Editions, for listening. I hope you learned a lot from our lesson today. And always remember to make your parents proud. Have a great day. Thank you for listening. See you.